Hey guys, what's up? This video will be an introduction to Svelte. Svelte is a JavaScript compiler which basically compiles the Svelte code and produces the JavaScript code. Svelte uses Rollup to bundle the JavaScript files. Rollup is an alternative to Webpack. At first, React and Vue used Webpack to bundle the files. Now they are implicitly doing it. If you want to install the scaffolding project, use this command to install the scaffolding projects. And in this demo, what I want to make is I want to build a basic to-do application so that I don't want to install any files in my local system. So I want to go to the REPL page. It is a Svelte online editor. You can go to the REPL page, and I have removed all the lines. Now I want to start it from the fresh actually. In it we can create a HTML and we can include script also, and after that we can include styles by including style tag. At the time of bundling, it will produce a JS output as well as the CS output. Fine. If we add any styles here, it will generate the CS output as soon as we complete the writing. Fine. This application is for a basic to-do application. For that, let me write the HTML part. First, let me include the input tag, type of text, and after that I need to write the button that says add. You can see the result here, and at the script we can add the variables. For that, let me create a array. It's an empty array. Let me write a string also. Basically we can print the value of this variable in the Svelte by using, let me write it. For example, let me create a table that says table. Yeah, if we enclose it in a single curly braces, it will do. React also follow this syntax, but Vue uses double curly braces syntax, and I don't need it in this application. Let me remove this table variable also, and we should bind this to do variable to input tag. For that we can use bind directive. Let me use value here. At every value, go to this variable. When we type anything, it will update the to do variable. Fine. And here what I want to make is I want to make a event called click, so that I'm using the click directive. We can call any function inside it. I'm just referring the function. Let me create the function in the script area. It's an empty function. Fine. If we already set the input value to a variable, and we added a click event listener for button. Now I should write this add to do function. What I want to make is I want to push the value to do inside the to do array. If I and we can print this array to do in the Svelte area. For that we should use this each loop in Svelte. This follows the syntax like this: curly braces, hash, and the type of that thing. It's not a if, it's also each. Fine. The syntax is single curly brace, hash, the name, that is here each, and the array, and as is a keyword, and let me say it as a value, it will say us for every values in the to do, make a variable called value, and we can print it inside the uh, paragraph tag. Fine. If I make any changes, like if I add anything, it doesn't show anything. But if we console log it, it will say, like you can see here, it is added, but we are not seeing anything. This is because array.push method doesn't make any reactive changes. Assignment only will make reactive changes in Svelte. For that, we can do things like to-dos equal to to-dos. It will make the assignment. That's why if we add anything here, I can see the thing happening as a reactive variable. Fine. And I don't like this syntax. Let me do this thing. Assignment, that is to do is equal to empty array. Inside it, I am going to split the to do's array and add the to do variable. This will work fine. But before adding anything, I should check to do dot trim doesn't equal to an empty array. Sorry. Yeah, it's work fine. Let me add. Let me remove this console log. Fine. And after updating the array, I should empty this to do. If I add anything, like, yeah, it's added, and now the value of to do is refreshed. Fine. And for every array values, it will create new paragraph tag. Fine. And it works fine. But when I click some button associated with this to do value, when I click that button, it should delete that array, delete that value. Instead of making a button, I'm going to add the click event in this paragraph tag. I'm going to call the function as remove to do. Let me create it. And to represent which value to remove, we should need the index of that array. We can get the index by just including index or any variable after the value in each loop. We will receive that index, and we should give the value as a parameter to the remove to do function. If I make like this, it will directly call this function. Like, even though I am not clicking the paragraph tag, it will call the function. For that, we should wrap it in another function. Fine. I need to get the parameter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the array. Here I'm going to split array, and I'm going to call the slice method. It will part the array and again slice index plus 1. This will definitely remove the to do value in that particular index. Fine. And this will perfectly work. If I add anything like this, if I click this, oh sorry, is there any mistake? When I click this, make this thing, after this let me console the value. Oh, instead of setting the to-dos, I made it as to-do. It's my mistake. Okay, let me add the console also. If I click this, it will delete that thing. Fine. Now we can add the styles to this Svelte application. Let me add the basic application, sorry, basic styles, like background will be a light green color, and text align is center, and here I am going to include a horizontal line to make it the height. Let me say 100 vh. Light green, it was so dark. Let me add nice color. Fine, it's a little gray, it works fine. And after that, what I'm going to do is let me add some to do value. Yeah, it works fine. We can also make a button here and just add this thing to the button. Let me do that for you. Let me add a button on click. Fine. If I make anything like this, it will create a button. If I click this, it will delete it. To make this thing as little stylish, let me make this thing. I'm going to set the display of the paragraph tag is inline so that the button will be next to the paragraph tag, and since it is inline, every to do value is making like that. So let me add the break tag here. If I make anything, yeah, we are getting it new line. And let me add padding of 10 pixel, padding right of 50 pixel, and background of color light gray. Let me add some styles to the button also. Let me give light green color. Fine, this looks nice. This looks nice. And one thing I should do is I should add some, sorry, it's not padding, it's margin right. Fine, now the thing will look nice. Fine, if I click this, it will remove the value. And in this application, what we have learned is the directives and the few syntax about Svelte, and each I don't know what to specify this thing. It's a loop, it's not a for loop or while loop, it's just a loop. We learned loops in Svelte and making functions and variables. And an important thing is assignment only makes the variable as reactive. When you call the functions like array.push or array.slice, splice, and map works fine because it will return the array, and we can set make an assignment to variable, it will work fine. But uh, functions like push, slice will not make any assignment to the variable. That's why the variables are not reactive. We should take care about these things in Svelte. And basically you can see here the output. It adds many things to the JavaScript output, but you can see here it's just a vanilla JS file. It not We can easily understand this code if we actually see this JS output. In CS output you can see here it will add some IDs like not IDs, it will add some classes randomly to our function so that the specified and the CSS in our file will be scoped. This application is only to make it the Svelte as simple as much as possible. That's why I made this application. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you.